The Marc Stuart Medium Network. Open Circles. Learn how to prove life after death. Marc teaches short, direct, evidential readings in rapid-fire mode, using the technique of pattern working developed by Marc himself, and how to interpret actual messages, consulting detective style. The Marc Stuart Medium Network, demonstrating, discussing, and training in Scottish-style mediumship.
Okay, so let's get started. So anybody who doesn't know how to open or close, pay close attention to this. So relax, close your eyes, tune into my voice. Now first we're just going to ground ourselves. So just clear your mind of everything. Just put a white blanket wall in your mind. Take a deep breath. Count backwards from 3, 2, 1 and clear your mind. One more deep breath. Get rid of all the distractions of the day and just clear your mind again. Now, I want you to think about yourself in the roots of a tree. Just keep your eyes closed and just place your mind in the roots of a deep tree. Work your way up the roots. The roots are getting thicker and thicker and thicker. Find yourself in the tree trunk. Work your way up the trunk. It's an old tree, it's a thick tree. When you get to the top of the trunk, select the strongest branch and mentally work your way down that branch. The branch splits, splits again, getting thinner and thinner. And finally, you're at the twig furthest away from the tree trunk. And at the end of that twig is a curled up autumn brown leaf, red brown. Put your thoughts and your energy into that leaf. And as you do, it begins to uncurl. And as it uncurls, it turns from autumn red to summer yellowy green. And just feel it fully open, fluttering in the wind, and feel the sun rays touching that leaf, and know that you are now open to the spiritual world. And when you're ready, open up your eyes. Now, the imagery I just used doesn't matter. You can use any imagery. The purpose of it, though, is to mentally tell your guides that you are now open to the spiritual world, and they will know to let the communication in. And when we close, we'll just do the reverse of that imagery, and that'll close you down. Now, personally, I use myself walking across London Bridge with up the stairs of St Paul's and opening the big Gothic doors. But as most Americans that have never been to London wouldn't know what London Bridge looks like or what St Paul's looks like, I just use the tree imagery. But you can use whatever imagery works for you. Okay, now relax again. What we're now going to do is a guided meditation. Is there anybody here who has not done a guided meditation before? So everybody's done a guided meditation before. Okay, so relax, close your eyes, listen to my voice. And just feel yourself sitting in your chair, completely relax. Excuse me. Now your chair suddenly begins to feel very comfortable, almost like a liquid. You can feel the chair sort of slurping around you. Feel yourself going up and down, almost as like a wave. It's not a wave, you're still in the chair. But when you put your hands down and when you open up your mental eyes and look down, you realize that your chair has in fact become one of these big blow-up circular things that you put around yourself to float in the water. I'm not sure what they're called, rings. And your legs are through the hole and you're paddling, and your arms are around them. and you realise that you haven't used one of these since you were a little girl. But it's big, and you look around, and you realise that you're in a swimming pool. But everything's huge. But of course, it's not that it's huge. You've gone back to your childhood. And you're a little girl in the pool with the swimming ring. So paddle your legs and your arms over to the side of the pool. Put your hands up and pull yourself up. I don't know how old you are, somewhere around about 7, 8, 9, 10. Get rid of the ring, throw it back into the water. And there's a bunch of other children come running towards you. They've obviously all wet and dripping. They've all been in the pool. Join in the run, and you go running round in circles around the pool. And it turns out that you're actually at a birthday party for some girl. Don't know who she is, might be somebody you know, it might be a memory, or it might be that you've been invited because you're a neighbour, but you're having a great time. There's probably about 50 kids all at this party, either in the pool or running around and playing around the pool. And then one of the adults comes towards the group of you that are running and gets you to slow down and says you might slip and you might fall and hurt yourselves, and you don't want to do that. And then just as she says that, somebody behind you slips and bangs their head, so she has to get helped up, and the adult puts a patch on the head and pats her on the head. And then you all walk over to the big table where there's food, cakes, drinks, and you all talk with one another. Then you begin to notice that there's a few people at this party that look kind of strange. Remember Casper the friendly ghost? Well, there's about a dozen Caspers here tonight. And they're all taking part in the party, and they're all talking. And yes, they look like cartoons, but they're perfectly viable as entities. They're playing, they're picking kids up, they're being touched. And finally, one of them comes over to you and says, "Nice of you to come. I've been waiting for you. I've got somebody that wants to meet you." And they take you by your hand and they walk you over to what looks like the garden shed at the very edge of the garden. And they open the garden shed door and they say, "In you go." And they sort of put their hands gently on your backside and push you in and close the door behind you. When you get inside, you find yourself in what can at best be described as your safe area. This is somewhere in your own subconscious that you go when you need to feel safe. Could be a room, could be a kaleidoscope of colours, could be Stonehenge, it doesn't matter. It's where mentally you go to feel safe. And in the centre of this area there are two chairs. One's empty and one has a loved one that's waiting for you. You recognise them immediately. They stand up, they walk towards you. You're not a little girl anymore, you're yourself. Embrace them, say hello, and sit down together. Now I'm going to leave you for approximately 2 minutes. This is your time. Catch up with your loved one. And when I come back, I'll bring you back with me. Okay, so listen to my voice again. Say farewell to your loved one. Stand up together. Turn away. Your loved one knows it's your time to come back and they've already left. Go back to the door. Casper, the friendly ghost, if that's his or her name, opens the door for you. Walk through. Close the door again. You're back into your little girl persona. Walk back towards the swimming pool. Pick up the swimming ring. Put it over your head. Jump into the swimming pool. Splash. Water everywhere. Paddle with your legs out to the deep end of the pond. It's not a pond, swimming pool. Your feet can't touch the ground, but don't worry. Your chair or your rubber ring is keeping you afloat. Shut your eyes. Let the water flow through you, over you. Feel the rubber ring begin to firm up and shape like your chair again. Feel yourself drip drying and feel yourself back in your comfortable chair. When you're ready, open up your eyes. Okay, Dee, how was that for you this week?
It was good. I actually met my best friend from high school. He'd passed away when I was in high school. So that was kind of cool. Gave me a big old hug and told me he missed hanging out with me, but he was around. It was cool.
Must have a chat with him, get your deep dark secrets.
Yeah, I think he knows them.
Jane, how was that for you this week? You're on mute.
There we go.
Yeah.
I had it with my dad, and I noticed when he came through, I kept touching my ear. He really wanted me to pay attention and listen to the advice he was giving me. So it was good.
Excellent. Jennifer?
I met with my grandfather, and he kind of addressed a dream that I'd had with him in it about steps, and he said that was ascension and not to be afraid of it, and to do what I love and not fear.
Excellent. Excellent. Stephanie?
Well, I initially started walking towards my dad, and as I started to hug him, it changed into my husband, which was really weird because we're in separation, going through a divorce. But I had closure. It was weird. He didn't say anything. He just looked at me with tears in his eyes.
Yeah. Maybe it was your dad just giving you a message.
Maybe so.
Okay.
Quite powerful, very profound.
Good. Amy, that was your first meditation with us. How did you find it?
It was good. I'll say came across my grandma, which was kind of nice, refreshing. Ironically, she died 20 years ago, so it was nice to
Okay.
catch up with her.
Excellent. Okay. Right, everybody. So I'm going to show you a video. For those of you that have seen it before, apologies, but we've got Amy who's new tonight. This is just me at a charitable event. There were about 12 people at it. And it's just a very short video. Pay attention not so much to the message, but to the structure of the message. And to help you, there's nice big lettering on the video to say what I'm doing at each section, because that's the methodology that we use when we're giving messages tonight. So let me just get that working. Okay, and I just got an error message saying it's not going to work. So let me try that again. No. Okay, apologies, that's not going to work. So let me do it myself then. The message takes the following format. Number one, you ask the person that you're working with if you can work with them. Always. Two reasons for that. Number one, legally, you don't give a message to somebody without their agreement. And number two, there's three people involved in the message: the sitter, the medium, and the spirit. And you have to make a connection between all three of you. Then you give evidence of the spirit. Now that can be almost anything. You may not understand what you're getting, but the sitter hopefully will understand it and recognize that as associated with the spirit. Generally, it's description, it's emotion, it's memories, it's characteristics. Everybody gets messages in different ways, and we'll cover that when we start working. You keep going until the person clearly is happy with who the spirit is, and then this is really important, and this is the one that most mediums miss. You ask the person to confirm that they're happy with who the spirit is. The minute you do that, you switch from giving evidence of the spirit into giving the message. And the spirit knows that that's the break. Now, the evidence will feel the same way, but it's not. You have to be able to interpret what the spirit's telling you to form the message. That's the difficult bit. So you then keep giving, it's breadcrumbs. And again, there's techniques to here that we'll cover when we start working. But you then keep going until you've got a coherent message. Now, the message takes three parts: what's the subject, what it's about, what the spirit is trying to say, and what the conclusion or advice is. Always remembering that there are certain things you don't do, certain areas you don't go into, and again, we'll cover those if they come up. And always remember it's the spirit that's giving the opinion. So if the person is sitting there going, oh yeah, thank God, Jesus or God just told me to do X, Y, Z, just remind them, no, that was the spirit, your Uncle Harry. And if you never took the advice from Uncle Harry, bear that in mind with what he's saying. That doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. When you've given the message, then you've got to close. Everybody uses a different phraseology. For me, I just say, can I leave that with you? That breaks the connection. Now, in an environment like this, where there's 5 people all giving messages, and some people might give more than one message tonight, that's where your guides know that you've finished with that spirit and you're moving on to the next spirit. So, for example, when I'm working on church platform, typically I can give 30 to 40 messages, and if I don't get the person to break, it has happened to me. I've gone on to the next person, and it's still been the spirit trying to give a message to the previous person because I forgot to break the connection with them. Okay, any questions about that?
Sorry,
Okay.
the 3 elements of the reading, after you have identified.
What the subject matter is, what you're talking about, what the actual message is, and the conclusion or the advice.
Okay.
It can be 1, it can be 2. I mean, it depends what you're talking about.
Okay.
You know, if you're talking about a problem the person's got, you've got to identify you've got to take the evidence from the spirit, identify what that is. It might be that it's another person that the spirit wants to talk about. So you'll get clues that you've got to identify who the person is, and then make the sitter understand that the message is about this person, and then what the problem is, what the issue is, what's going on, and then what the conclusion is or what the advice is.
Okay. And then what did you say you break from that after
Then at the end of the message, you've got to break. Just a simple, can I leave you with that? Can I move on? Are you happy with that? Just a clear statement that the sitter knows the reading is over.
Okay.
And the spirit, obviously, so that they know to let go and you can move on to the next spirit or the next sitter.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Mark,
Right.
Lorraine just messaged me. She'd mixed up her link and she's trying to get in. Is it too late for her to join?
Yeah, sorry. She can sit in, but she can't do any working. Let's put it that way. She can sit and watch.
Yeah, if we could let her
Can't,
sit in so she can see, that would be awesome.
yeah. But just make sure she understands that she's not able to take part because we've been through the opening and the guided meditation.
Yeah, I'll let her know.
Okay.
She should be trying to log in shortly, though. I just sent her the link.
Let me make you joint host so that you can let her in yourself.
Oh, okay.
There you go. So that's you now the co-host.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. So who would like to go first? Jennifer, Jean, or Stephanie? Okay, Jean.
Okay.
Right.
Am I?
So, Jean,
Good.
can you give a message to Jennifer?
I could, but actually I was drawn to working with Stephanie.
Yep. But
Would
I'm
that,
asking you to speak to Jennifer. So get the spirit to step back.
okay.
So just look at
Jennifer,
Jennifer. Yeah. Okay, off you go.
can I have permission to work with you today?
Yes, please.
Okay. I have a man here in spirit. I'm aware he's wearing a shirt with a name tag on it. I think that he's in the trades. He's got quite dark, thick, layered back hair. Very kind eyes. Do you feel connect with this?
You're breaking up. Sorry. Last I heard is that he had dark hair.
Yes. Can you identify who's coming through for you?
Not with the trades. No.
He's his work shirt. He's got a name tag on the left side of his shirt. He's quite tall. He's about 6 feet tall. I want to say he worked with his hands a lot. My hands feel quite anxious and busy at the minute.
Sorry, I
Feel
don't.
showing me he has a wrench in his hand. Does he work on cars?
I mean, my son-in-law, but he's not in spirit.
No, this man is definitely passed, and it was quite sudden. I'm
Jean, how
getting the
old does he
idea.
look? How old does he look?
He looks comparable to Jennifer's age. He's not presenting himself as being a lot older.
Maybe I might know who this is. It wasn't like a close
Yeah,
connection.
I feel that he's presenting himself with brown eyes and brown, thick, good set of, not bald.
Jean, you're breaking up. You're going to need to repeat that.
I feel like he's got a good head of hair on him. He's not thinning at all, so I feel he's mid age. He's not old.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay. I think I might know who that is. I'll agree with that or satisfied with that.
Okay, thank you. I would like to say that he's presenting that you've got some trouble with the pipes under your sink in the kitchen.
Yes.
Okay, this is what he wants to bring to your attention. He's saying he wishes he could be there to do it for you, but obviously he can't. And he's laughing. He's showing me himself down on his knees with his head stuck under the cupboard. Yeah, he's telling me it's an internal problem with the plumbing, and you need to go down to the basement to check it out. Like Do you understand?
I do. Thank you.
And can I leave you with that, please, Jennifer?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
so Jennifer, can you give Jean some feedback?
Sure. I wasn't really sure about who it was, but I accept the message because, the message to me was important. That's spot on. I've been letting it go. I've told my landlord about it. I can hear water running besides the leak that's from the faucet. That there's pipes below the house that need to be taken care of. And she hasn't really done anything about it, but that was perfect.
Okay. Right, Jean, well done. I did that to you deliberately because I'm going to do this tonight. I'm going to get people to go to specifics.
Yeah,
Now, you were able to recover very quickly, weren't you?
I don't know.
Well, you did. You had another spirit coming forward like that.
Yeah, I told them to step back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I work on a platform or a stage and I'm doing 20 to 40 messages, I can't stand there and wait for somebody to come and guide me to somebody. I just literally work my way along the roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what you did tonight. I deliberately got you to tell the spirit to step back. I told you who to go to, and within seconds, you had another spirit. Now, it probably wasn't as good a connection as you would have had if I'd let you go to the person. And I'm going to wrap you over the knuckles for one reason. You shouldn't have given the message until Jennifer was 100% sure. You should have kept giving more evidence. If somebody says to you, if somebody says to you the words, "Oh, I'm not 100% sure, but I'll take the message anyway," don't give the message. Now, the message was good. The message was brilliant. I'm not criticizing you for the message itself. I'm just saying that you shouldn't have given the message until Jennifer was 100% happy with who you had. Now, what you should have said, when you got the feedback from Jennifer, quite often people coming to you for messages expect you to have their next of kin. They're expecting Granddaddy George, who raised them from childhood, or their best friend that died last week. And quite often it can be somebody that they knew in the past that for some reason is coming forward. Now, this guy, obviously, with the spanner, etc., his obvious interest is mechanical works, so it makes perfect sense for somebody like that to be showing an interest in the working pipes. So what you need to say to people is when they say that to you, look, it doesn't necessarily have to be your closest loved one. It can be somebody that you knew in the past. So just open the terms of reference. Does this make sense to you? Now, Jennifer had already gone 50% of the way in that direction herself when she was giving you the feedback. So if you said that to her, what would have happened is the spirit would have given you something, a memory maybe, or something that she would have been able to take 100% confidence that that's who it was. And then your message would probably have been a little bit more. Now, the only other thing I would say about the message is it wasn't detailed enough. You got what the problem was. She already knew that she had to do something about it, and you prompted her to do it. But you should have gone a wee bit more. Like there might have been, if you don't do it, something's going to happen, or it might be that there's a plumber around the corner that this man wants to recommend you to. So just don't pull the minute the sitter says yes, I know I need to do that. Just go back to the spirit and see what else they give you. That's the difference between somebody going, "Oh my God, that was unbelievable," and somebody saying, "Yes, you're right." See what I mean?
I do. You always make me nervous, Mark, and you make me work.
Well, that's why you come to the circle, isn't it?
That's right. I love it.
If I sat here and patted you on the head and said that was wonderful, what would be the point?
There would be no point. I'd probably yawn.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yep.
The lady that was given the reading, is there something behind you, like a picture?
Yeah, I painted it. They're
Not-
orbs.
Okay. Okay, see, the sunlight is hitting it in a way, and it was moving with you when you were talking. Is why I was asking. And so, but I have not done this before, and I could see it's a person, right? It was moving with you, lips and all.
No, it's just little round circular spirit.
No. To your immediate right, like its eyes are matching with your eyes. What I'm seeing, nope, the other side, the other hand. Yep, right there. I've got a screenshot of it. Yep, right there. You're right beside its face. Except instead of you having what you have on, it's like a mask over the face, and it's like goggle eyeglasses. No color, just I don't know.
I see what you're seeing,
So I have
Stephanie. I don't
recently
know.
committed all this.
It looks like something on the back of your chair or a decoration, something that, whatever that is what she's
The
seeing. Yeah.
pillow. It's a pillow.
Right. Like, it was looking like a cloth or something, but I can't tell because I'm in the sunlight.
But it looks like a face. It did look like a face. Like,
Right.
yeah.
It was moving perfectly in sync with her. But
I think you guys
I have not ever done any of this.
Okay,
That's
folks.
pillow.
Okay,
It's a
so
pillow.
it's dry.
It's a spiritual pillow.
It-
Right.
so
Jennifer.
Marc,
No, because it completely. When I realized it was a pillow, it completely changed. That face is no longer there. That's crazy. Smart. I don't know how to channel.
That's fine. I'll teach you when I come to you.
Okay.
so Marc,
Okay.
I did let Kim in. She missed opening, but she has been to Circle before, and I think she was
Right.
able to open herself. Is that correct, Kim? Are you good to go to work?
I am open, but mediumship is not one of my best gifts. I end up confusing the mediumship part with actually psychic reading the actual person. That's where I
you
have my
sit in a
biggest
circle and
struggle.
practice.
Right.
But that's
Well,
my
I think
biggest
that's where I'm.
struggle is I
we'll see how we get on with the people that were here on time. If we've got time to go,
yes.
but
Yeah.
we'll
I'm
see.
just observing right now. That's more better. Or
And then I
more
let my
better.
friend Lorraine in. She's also observing. She doesn't know how to open, so she's
Is that Lorraine? Is that with Samsung SM8 free? Can you change the user ID, because I'm dyslexic. I won't remember your name. Just put your name up. If you put the list of contacts up and then click at the side of it, you can change your name. Right, Jennifer, can you give a message to Stephanie, please?
Yeah, because that's interesting, because that's who I was thinking of. I'm not feeling
consent.
confident today. Stephanie, may I? Sorry. May I
Take your
come to
time.
you? Sorry. May I come to you?
Absolutely. Please.
Thank you. I see a woman with glasses, kind of chunky, maybe. I'm trying to think of the age. 40s, late 40s, curly hair, slightly graying. Maybe she's older. I see her in like a navy blue top. She's in a dark room with light coming through a window. Does that sound familiar to you?
Doesn't.
Okay. He has like
Can you tell what kind of room it is?
I'm not really seeing too much about the room other than it's dark. She's sitting in a chair. She has like a bow lift.
Jennifer,
Yeah.
don't
She has
shut your
what?
eyes. Jennifer, don't shut your eyes. Look at Stephanie as you're giving the evidence.
Okay. It looks like she had brown hair at some time before it turned gray. Kind of a little pudgy face.
I don't know.
Okay.
So, I don't really know my biological family. That may be a block right there.
Okay.
Right, Stephanie, stop for a second. Jennifer,
Okay.
have I done the rule of 3 with you before?
Yeah, but I don't remember.
Okay, the person you just described, does it resemble anybody that you know?
No.
Anybody that you think you know?
No.
Right. Okay, so ignore what I just said then. Keep going.
Maybe somebody that knitted. The room
Oh, okay.
looks.
Wait, knitted or crochet?
I want to say knit.
Stephanie, I think that's a little bit too specific.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know. I'm not sure if I know what knitting is. That's why I said that. I know what crocheting is, but I had to realize that was the wrong word. I'm sorry.
Same thing.
2 needles. They're long. They manipulate
Okay.
the wool to make it something. Instead of
You said she was chunky?
Yeah, a little on the heavier side, kind of like myself, or maybe a little more.
Well, you're not heavy.
Full of faith.
So I don't know. Does this have to be a past?
Say it again.
Would this be a passed on person?
Yes.
I don't know. I really don't.
The room looks like it's probably painted a pale yellow. The windows are small. They're not normal big windows. It's kind of like a house that maybe was in the south, maybe, that have the higher windows.
I think I may know who you're talking about.
Okay. Are you satisfied with who you think this is?
Yes. Yes.
Give me a minute, please.
Stephanie, don't sit and shut your eyes. Keep looking at the sitter as you get the evidence in the message, because you're blocking the spirit when you do that.
Okay.
Now, what are you getting? Just tell me exactly what you're getting.
I'm not getting any kind of word.
Right, stop. Nothing is something, so give that as the evidence. So, Stephanie, Jennifer, nothing can mean a number of different things. For me, when I get that, it's always symbolic of Alzheimer or dementia. Now, I'm not saying it's Alzheimer or dementia, because obviously you're not giving evidence, but it could be somebody that's suffering from that, or it could be a lack of communication, or it could just be nothing going on in life. So just give what you're getting. Just say, as you just did, I'm getting a big nothing. Can you understand what that means? Is there something going on in your life, or is there something missing in your life?
Okay. So Stephanie, would you say there's something going on in your life or missing in your life right now?
And most definitely.
Right, and just to clarify, Stephanie, is this something that you're missing?
Physically, no.
Not there.
Yes.
Something that should be there that's not there, like to understand Jennifer's evidence of it being nothing.
Does that have to do with the heart?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Jennifer, see if you can get a bit more specifics about what we're talking about to focus down on what it is.
I'm feeling like a blockage in the throat, as if not able to speak up and say what you need to say.
Is that a yes, Stephanie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right, so keep going, Jennifer. Now we know in general what we're talking about.
I have a lot of pain in my hands all of a sudden. Is there anything going on with your hands?
And that's funny. Mark said it when he read me last time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, spirits, my body's starting to feel relaxed, and I'm interpreting as it is to give yourself time to be still and at peace, to find a place that's not so stimulating, where you can just start to get in touch with your feelings and emotions, and being able to breathe, being able to take a deep breath.
Wow.
Okay,
But
getting
sorry,
anything else? Anything else?
I'm not. No, thank you.
Okay.
Are you
So
satisfied? Sorry. Are you satisfied with your message?
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
right now, Stephanie.
And I would just like to add that I would like to add when you felt that calming, I sent that.
Mhm. Thank you. I was hoping
So,
you were feeling it.
so
I did.
Stephanie, can you give some feedback to Jennifer?
Yeah, that was very profound. Like, as soon as you said there's something missing, when Mark said it, I knew exactly what it was about. Like, I already knew. Of course, he told me not to feed the medium last time, so I didn't feed you. But you did great. I hope I'm able to learn this. Because I have had my psychic intuition, whatever, I don't know, all my life, and I didn't know that's what it was. So this is so totally new for me to actually tune into it. But yeah, the whole message was spot on.
Thank you.
Though I still have not gone and got my hand looked at.
Yeah. Take care of
But
that.
I'm almost done moving, so I'll be able to.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. So, Jennifer,
Yes.
Thank you.
first off, when you get nothing, don't dismiss it. I mean, you saw what I did there.
Yeah.
Spirit will give you evidence and messages in 100 different ways, and you've got to be able to work with what you get, and don't sit there going, "Oh God, I've got nothing." Well, nothing is, like I said, nothing is something.
Okay.
Now, the second thing is you don't know what the message meant, but you don't need to know what the message meant.
Okay.
As long as the sitter is happy with the message, and as long as you know that you're not being vague. I mean, look at the reaction that you got from Stephanie. So, job done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it would be nice. It would be nice. You know, I've been there before. I've given messages, and I thought that didn't make any sense. And the sitter's gone away, gone, "Oh, that was incredible. That was fantastic." And then I've given a message to somebody else that was what I thought was spot on, bang, 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 and they took it all. And then I've got a bad review from it the next day because I didn't give them something profound that was life changing.
Yeah.
So you can't predict what effect the message is going to have, but as long as the sitter is happy, you've done your job. You've
Okay.
proved life after death, and you've given them a message that they can understand. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Stephanie, can you please
Yeah.
give a message to Dee?
I don't see her.
You might have to swipe one way or another. Are you on your phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, if you look at the bottom, like on my phone, there's 3 little dots, and they'll move you across
Uh-huh.
the different screens of people. You just have to find me. I'm here. Oh, mine's
Lamia?
under Lamia. No, it's the
Okay,
name.
I was like, I'm looking for it. Okay,
Sorry.
all right, let me move me out the way. Do I have your consent to enter your energy?
Yes, thank you.
I'm not sure what I'm getting. I don't. I got
Right.
a
So
elevated
Stephanie,
feeling. Sir,
talk out loud and tell me what
sir.
you're getting step by step.
I got really elevated feeling, like I was I was being blown up like I was a balloon or something, but it was lifting me.
Okay. So that could be somebody that's overweight. It could be
Mhm.
somebody that was flying. Could be somebody that was full of gas. Could be symbolic. Could be literal. Does it feel masculine or feminine?
My ears are itching. I'm unsure.
Okay.
I'm still learning how to read energy
Okay,
like that.
okay.
I,
Just
I
tell me what you're experiencing, and I'll see if I can relate it to anything.
nervous. Yeah, I got really nervous when he called my name. Actually, I got super nervous, kind of hot. But there was a song playing in the background in somebody's car. I wasn't tuning into the words, but it was like a soft spoken, maybe a love song.
I can take who you have. I know who you have.
Are you satisfied?
Yes. So now what you
Okay.
can kind of do is switch gears and ask them what they want you to tell me, and then we go to that part of it.
Okay. Okay, I got the zoomy, like my eyesight just zoomed in on the phone.
So what do you think that means?
Um, we're trying to focus on something.
Okay, that's fair. So maybe
If
they're
you
telling me
don't,
I need to look at something or look closely at
A lot
something.
closer. Yeah. Yeah.
hold on for 1 second here,
Okay.
because I know
Don't say
something that's
anything.
going. I know. I'm going to play devil's advocate here, because I know something that Lamy and I have been talking about that would involve phones, or it would involve things to do with phones. So keep working with the phone.
Okay. My buttons are jumping. Uh, they're not actually buttons. The touch buttons at the bottom. They were just jumping.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, you can take that.
I'm not getting anything else. Red light special is playing in the background. TLC.
What does that mean?
I'm not familiar.
TLC. The red light special is a song.
Oh,
I'll give you the red light special all through the night. It's a spicy song.
is it a country song
No,
or
ma'am. It's
pop
a
song?
R&B.
Oh,
90s R&B. Um, the back of my head is hurting. That was weird. Um, I'm feeling nothing now. Just kind of calm.
Now, nothing is something, and that does fit into
Absolutely.
the context about what we were talking about.
Okay.
Now go back to the song. What was the song
Okay.
about? Is
She says, come to my door, take off your clothes, and turn on the red light. I'll give you the red light special. Confirmation on my phone. Ding. I'm sorry. I mean, not sorry, but it's that's
right
something that is personally with
now?
me, how I've
Okay,
learned to tap into
now,
mine.
right now, stop.
Okay.
It's a song that you are obviously familiar with, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So what does the song mean to you? What's the meaning of the song to you? The
Uh,
spirit trying to tell you something to tell Lani.
the song to me is the girl is calling the man over to have sex. I mean, it's not a like extremely dirty song, and she's just kind of saying, hey, she's gonna be freaky tonight with him. It's not gonna be no normal sex.
All of this
Strange.
actually
No.
makes sense with the spirit you have. That you have.
Why
Debbie,
me?
Debbie, it also makes sense with the person we interviewed last week for the role.
And okay, so a little
Yeah.
embarrassed, but I'm having a little. Yeah, okay, thanks. Can we get out of this energy? My
No,
husband's
keep going.
been gone
You're
for 2
spot
years. No,
on.
my.
When we give you the
Okay,
feedback, you're not going to believe how
okay,
spot on you are.
okay. Because now I'm
Just keep
curling
going.
my toes and I'm gripping at the concrete and getting really hot. Thank you. This is spicy. I thought my life was spicy. Jeez, woman. Ah, talk to me.
So I think you have my friend
Is there
Scott,
anything else we'd like to share?
and
Wow.
I
Okay.
I think Scott's just playing with you a little bit. He's just messing.
I I felt that. I swear I did. That's why I said, and I thought my spice. I had spicy sex like golly. Okay, calm it down, cool it down. Thank you, Scott.
Being ornery. Being ornery.
I like Henri. He's my kind of guy. So that was really cool. Wow. Ah, that's a first. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Thank
Wow.
you. It's the same
Am
spirit
I gonna have
that
to call you tomorrow? Do I need to call you tomorrow?
it's the same spirit that I saw earlier. He was already here. So he's just
Right.
yeah.
May I ask what the profoundness of the phones was?
So our relationship when we knew each other in high school. He was older than me, so when I met him, he was already over 18, so we didn't have a sexual relationship, but he very much always had a crush on me. He took care of me. He was like my big brother. And so there was always that little jokey undercurrent, but it wasn't serious. And we would listen to music a lot together, and music meant a lot to us. So that song,
So
nothing in
that was
particular, that
definitely
was
a poke at. Yeah, that was definitely
it
a
was
poke at
just a,
you. He was trying to tell you how good it would have been.
he was, but he was probably being ornery with you too. I'm like, ooh, sexy girl. I'm just gonna play with her for a little
Absolutely.
bit.
Absolutely. Because when you started saying that, where's my? Uh, I just missed Pizza Sunday. That was awesome. Okay, so do I need to say anything else as far as like talking to this spirit,
Well,
or are you satisfied with what we've gotten?
Yeah, so you would just
More?
say to me, "Can I leave you with this?"
I'm
Like you
unfamiliar.
already
I
said
don't
that,
know.
and then that's pretty much it. Once I
Yeah.
say yes, I'm good. Then you
Hold
know.
on. You cut out, or I cut out.
So you would just ask me, "Can I leave you with that?" Which you already
Okay.
did, and then I'm just giving you feedback, and Marc will give you feedback. But like when
Okay.
you say that, "Can I leave you
Right.
with that?" That's sort of what turns the connection off between you and that spirit. So if you were going to do
That closes
another
the
reading,
connection.
right at this
Okay.
point, that would make you available, so the next
No,
spirit
no,
can
no.
step
I
forward.
wanted to make sure I had done the proper.
Yep, you did. Yep.
So saying that, can I leave you with that? That kills the cat. Okay, that's great. Because I mean, I didn't. When I asked him, when I say I felt like he was telling you that that was already over me. Yeah. Okay. That was just my intuition thinking, hey, that's what that was, because you said that. Yeah, that's cool. So I understand that, because I have I was 16 and my oldest son's father was 24.
They will give you stuff that you can personally relate to as well as part of the message. So that maybe if you'd have thought about it, you could have said, "Oh, I haven't felt like this since I was a teenager. Did you have could you recognize somebody that you knew when you were younger? I mean, maybe, something like that.
That wouldn't work. That energy was with my husband.
Yeah, but that's why we sit in circle. It helps us calibrate with each other, so we know what our.
You see, Stephanie, Stephanie, when you got that song, does that take you back to the way you were feeling about your oldest son, your son?
No.
No, I don't mean your son, but I mean the fact that I mean the age of your son and his father.
Oh yes. I was in high school. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool. I didn't realize
You
that.
see,
Wow, and I even said that.
You need to interpret. They'll give you things that you need to
Right,
interpret.
because it started out real low and then they cranked up the volume.
Yeah. When they do things like that, they're telling you that there's more meaning in whatever the evidence is. So you need to go back and think about it, put it into context, as Devi just told you to do. Stephanie, are you still with us?
I disappeared. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're back. Right. So I mean,
yeah. So what I was saying was that it started out real low and then it cranked up the volume, and I was able to hear exactly what song was playing.
Yeah. So when they do that, they're basically telling you there's more meaning in this bit of evidence. Go back and look at it again. Don't repeat what you've already given. Just stop for a second.
Okay.
Think about, does it mean something to me? Basically, always give what you get. So do that first. And then if they're making you concentrate on it, think about yourself. What does it mean to me? Can I take a meaning from it? And if that doesn't work, then go symbolically.
Okay.
Correlate.
Okay.
Is fairly obvious. I mean, that bit of evidence worked on all three of those, so you could have got a lot more out of that in the reading.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was probably the path of least resistance with me.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
D, can you give
Thank you.
Aim a message? You're welcome. D, can you give Aim a message, please?
Amy, can I work with you, please? I see green all around you, like a field of emerald green grass. It's beautiful and brilliant and sunshiny.
Okay.
It's sort of more like cut grass, like you would find on like a beautiful plush like golf course or something, but I don't feel like it's a golf course, like a formal garden would be more accurate, I think. I don't want to say plantation house. I'm getting that, but I don't feel like, I think that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so, and I see a man, and he's an older man. I'm thinking like, the word that comes to mind is grandfather, but it may not be your grandfather, but he has a black suit on and a top hat. There's a carriage. I get carriages a lot. And there's horses tied up to it. So I'm feeling like this is an older, a bit older, like no more recent than the 1920s or 30s. That would be probably the most recent. Maybe 40, maybe up to the 40s. I don't think it's anything more recent than that, though. And he's just like the person that either he's the person that owns the carriage, or he's the person that would drive the carriage. Can you recognize someone in spirit?
Not really. It's like one of those, like, I have a vague idea, but not quite.
Really like complexion. His face is, I mean, he looks quite old, like 70s or 80s, right? Wrinkles, and he has I think he has blue eyes and they kind of sparkle, and he looks a little bit mischievous. Like he has a good sense of humor. And he's showing me a little dog, maybe? I think it's a little dog, like a little white,
Okay.
bouncy dog.
I was about to say the eye color is doing nothing because I have a vague idea who you're talking about, but it's all black and white photos.
Okay. Let me see if I can have him give me something that wouldn't matter about color. He says colors. He's saying the colors are important. Was this person associated to color in some way, or could you
No.
understand the person you're thinking about color being important to them?
No.
Mm,
Again, I know nothing about any past 2 generations.
okay. Let me see someone else on. Okay, so I asked him to step aside and to see if somebody else would be willing to step forward, and an older lady is coming through. She has on I can't tell time frame with her. She could be from any generation, really. I think she has red hair like you do, but it's pulled up, like kind of like mine, like in a bun.
All right.
And she's wearing a black gown, and it looks like what I would call a morning gown. It has like a collar with buttons. It has big sleeves, but they
Okay.
come down like black. And she's sitting in like a leather chair that looks almost like an office chair. And both of these people, I feel like they're related in some way, but they're both very richly dressed, like very
I don't know
wealthy.
who they are. It's just, yeah, like I said, well, all I've seen were black and white photos.
Could you understand two people that look like this
Yes.
together in a black and white photo?
Yes.
Okay. Would you be comfortable that this is who we're talking to?
Yeah.
Okay. Because she's not animated, but I saw her, so maybe he's showing me that. I still feel like it's the man we have that wants to talk to you. So let me
Okay.
see if he'll give me a message.
Okay.
Can you understand that are you an artist?
No, my mother is though.
Does she paint?
Yes.
Okay. Um, c- can you understand that you've started something new, or she's starting something new? Creative?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's what he wants to talk about in the color. Um, I think he's saying not to be reserved. Don't hold back. Like, take it over the top. Like, I'm not sure if add more color is the proper message, but maybe make it more colorful, make it pop, go for it. Like,
Okay.
balls to the wall is sort of, I don't think he would know that phrase, but
Right.
um, don't be reserved. Uh, and he's showing me that there's a lot of rewards. Like this, whatever it is, could be very like lead to prosperity or a lot of success. Not necessarily money. It could be money, but it could be also like fulfillment or prosperity. Like, I just get the idea this is not the time to hold back, to go for it. Does that make sense? Can I leave you with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, my mother's downstairs, so I'm pretty sure it's meant for her. But I understand I understand what you're getting at.
That happens to me a lot in readings. A lot of times, people that are in the household with the person I'm reading, I will get messages for the other people in the house, or it'll be related to the other people in their house.
Because the funny thing is, my mother's starting to do a genealogy project, and we are pulling up a bunch of old photos of great grandparents, great aunts, great uncles. So the second you described the backyard, I knew exactly where you're talking about. It was actually family property in Tupper Lake, New York.
Oh, wow.
Or it's just a giant, yeah. There's a small house attached to it that belonged to my great grandmother. That's been the family for years. And there's actually some graves on site, so I'm pretty sure it was one of them.
Mm. Well, that's nice. Maybe they were letting you know that your hard work is paying off. Like they're paying attention, or they're there.
Right.
Yeah, but he was saying, "Go for it. Keep
Right.
going. Go for it."
Because I know we're in talks right now to go actually to Scotland and Ireland to go see to try to see if we can connect to any family that might be in the area.
I would say do it. I think that was
Oh, we're going
encouraging.
to next September.
Yeah, because it was very much, there was this feeling of go for it, go for it. Like, don't stop, go forward. I don't know how to describe it, but there's this almost like being on a wave, and you're like, you need to ride that.
Like a gentle shove.
Oh, okay. So, D, start being more assertive in your readings. Just your phraseology is a bit too passive.
Fair enough.
Just like, for example, the one that I would pick you up on most seriously, let me see if the spirit will give me a message, because that undermines the sitter's confidence in you.
Mm.
Remember, there's three people in the sitting: the sitter, the medium, and the spirit. And you are you're the connection between the two. Now, the spirit is not speaking to the sitter, they're speaking through you. But if you do anything that gets the sitter to put a block up, then you cut the spirit off.
Mm. That makes sense.
So what you
Yeah,
don't
I can
say to the
understand that.
sitter
That
is,
makes sense.
yeah. So you say to the sitter,
So I could have
right, let me just,
subconsciously made her pull back, kind of, just by the words I
yes,
selected. Gotcha.
exactly, exactly. So just say to the sitter, right, now give me a moment and I'll see what the spirit's going to talk about.
Okay.
So they've got, you're reinforcing, I mean, Amy's already got confidence in you because you've just given her evidence all relevant to what's going on with what the feedback she just gave you. But, okay, not major, but a couple of statements, there were a couple of other places where you did things like that, and it's all cumulative.
Mm-hmm.
So just get positive, just get proactive, just get, Spirit's going to say this, Spirit, just have faith that the Spirit's going to give you the message. I mean, the Spirit's come forward to talk. They didn't come forward to give evidence. Hello, I'm here. I've got nothing to say. Kim, you've got a raised hand.
Yeah,
Kim
I
Lamont?
have a question, kind of like,
Can hear you, Kim.
pardon?
You don't
Because
have
that
any
was like
sound, Kim. Oh,
her ancestor.
Mhm.
So that how in distinguishing ancestors to people, the sitters, and they don't know their ancestors. Like I don't know my ancestors. And when ancestors come into a reading, how can you feel
Well,
confident about it being
with
an
me,
ancestor?
with me, 9 times out of 10, they'll show, as D was getting there, they'll show me a photo album, and then they'll show me a photo in the photo album. So and that's just me specifically, but I'll say, right, I'm being shown an old-fashioned green photo album. Can you identify that? Oh, yes, it's up in the attic. Right. I'm being shown a black and white photo in it with two people. And then I'd give the description like Dee just did. So the sitter will then go, oh my God, yes, I was looking at that photo last week. And then as Dee did, I'd say, right, I've got the man coming forward. Are you happy to accept it? Because that's something very specific. They will give you something that the sitter is able to identify them by.
And that's exactly what he did. I asked the spirit I had, I said, she can't identify you. She may not recognize you. Can you give me something else? And he kept showing me the colors. And I'm like, well, can you give me something else? And that's when he showed me the picture of the other woman. But it wasn't like that other woman was here because she wasn't moving. It was more like I was looking at her sitting there still. So it was like a picture, although I didn't know I was looking at a picture. The woman was just sitting there, but he was putting the two together so then Amy would understand they were coming together. And she could recognize by the clothing, probably from pictures she's seen that.
Yeah. And then, so going back, because I thought it was probably an ancestor, was the feeling that I got. And then I got a call to go homeward, which means going back to their ancestors, which then they were planning a trip or are planning a trip to go back, possibly, if that's where they're from. So the return to the ancestors, the ancestors are coming and say, yes, please go, come back home, visit us.
But remember, Kim, it must be specific evidence of a specific ancestor.
Okay, yeah. See, and then again, I'm like, am I reading the person or what's around them? Because she
No,
said
you're
they're
reading the
planning
spirit.
a trip.
Well, you
Versus,
shouldn't have been reading anyone. You might have been picking up on energy,
I pick up on, yeah, I pick up
right?
on
Because
things.
when you say that, may I work with you? That's when you're now making the connection with the person and you're allowing the spirit guides to put everything in line so that the message can come through. And then when you're saying, can I leave you with that? And that's when the spirits can step back now. And then you're free to move on to another spirit, like if you're doing multiple readings. But that's why we use may I work with you and then may I leave you with that. It opens the channel and then cuts it off. But sometimes if you're sitting in circle while it's happening, you may pick up some information that's floating around by those presences that are present. But technically, only those three are in the circuit, so to speak.
Right, that's the direct connection. That's where I have in circles. I do pick up on outer energies that are happening, and I don't. Now, when you're talking about being closed off, I can't stop that unless I completely shut myself off, and then I'm not open to anything in the circle. So I'm always going to get residual if I'm joining in a circle.
Yeah, but
Probably.
Kim, you'll always get that in a circle. Full stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just need to have the discipline not to step into somebody else's reading. Like, for
But I did
example,
have the question about the ancestors.
yeah, it's asking a question, that's fine. But for example, just to pick up on what Dee was saying, I'm the circle leader, so I'm tuned into everybody. So we've had people come forward, make a mess of the reading, and but it's been an important reading. I have the ability to step in and take the reading over. I only do it under exceptional circumstances and only when the spirit is trying to give a message that's really important. But sometimes it is necessary and I do need to do it. But I can do that because I'm the circle leader and I'm tuned into the spirit that's giving the message. Right. But again, that's just a function specific to it being a circle. I wouldn't do it in a church. If I was a visiting medium to a church and I wasn't the one that was working, I wouldn't tune in to spirit because I would be drawing the energy away from the working medium. Okay, so Amy.
Kim, the way I personally navigate it, I think you and I work similarly. What I do is I open with the group, and then until it's my turn to do my reading, I shield. I don't close, but I will shield while other mediums are reading so that they're not necessarily being influenced by or I'm not going to pick up too much of them. If you can manage those dual layers, might be a way to think about it.
Yes. Okay. I mean, I can do that. That's not a problem.
Okay. Right, Amy, your turn. Can you give a reading to Jean, please?
You may come into your
Right.
energy.
Now, before you start working, I'm going to work with you because you've never done this for 20 years.
Mhm.
So what I want you to do is, as you're getting anything, I want you to talk out loud so that I know what Spirit are giving you, because I don't know how Spirit are communicating with you yet, and I need to learn that so that I can help you. So, I mean, I'm being quite literal here. If you want to take your finger and scratch your arse, I want to know about it.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Jean, may I come into your energy?
Yes, you may.
Awesome. So picking up a kind of a confused feeling. Maybe someone. Sorry, I'm just looking down because trying to get an idea here. So I'm not close my eyes. I promise. I listened.
Good.
I paid attention. Someone in their probably mid to late 20s. Masculine energy. Can feel
Now,
something
stop.
like right in the throat.
Amy, stop.
Yes.
You just pay attention to your hands. You just put your hands like this to rest on them.
Mhm.
So that could be the hands. It could be an arch.
Oh, I do that all the time. I'm mindful of it,
Doesn't
but
matter. It doesn't matter. If Spirit have made you do that specifically, pay attention to it.
seeking comfort.
All right, keep going.
Someone mid to late 20s seeking comfort. Male. Sorry, my nose is just too. Speaking of
Right. Okay. So they're drawing attention to the nose.
Mhm.
That could be physical, or it could be symbolic.
Someone possibly with allergy problems.
Right, now you've given about 4 or 5 bits of evidence, so ask Jean if she can understand any of this.
Any of this making sense?
No.
Right, now Amy,
Mhm.
stop for a second. Think about anybody that you know or have known that fits the description that you've just given. They don't have to be in spirit.
Nobody.
Any point in your life.
Nope.
Okay, right, keep going.
Just a sinking, empty feeling. Staying curious with, just a blank. Almost like the idea of like a chalkboard being wiped clean. Not sure if any of this is making sense.
Nope.
Amy, just think again.
All right.
Do you know, I mean, just widen the horizon.
Mhm.
Can you think of anybody that you know or have known that would match these characteristics?
Nope. Not a darn person.
Okay. We're going to do something that we don't normally do in the circle, but can anybody else understand the spirit? Because remember, this is Amy's first attempt. Can anybody else recognize a spirit that would fit these descriptions?
I do actually. I think she has the same spirit that just
Okay.
came through for me.
Right. So hold on for a second. Right. So don't panic, Amy.
Okay.
This is the first time you've done this. So just say to Jean, I'm sorry, Jean, I'll come back to you in a minute, and go and work with Dee now.
bear with me for a minute. So I'll say we'll come right back.
Now ask Dee if you can work with her, and just get her to confirm that she can recognize the spirit.
Dean, may I work with you?
Yes.
Okay, so any of this clicking?
Yes.
All right, awesome, cool.
See if you can give her one more bit of evidence,
That's
just to be
on
100% sure.
Engine noises, really obsessed with cars.
That would fit.
Okay.
Okay.
So just say to her, just ask her to finally confirm that she's happy that you've got the spirit, and then we'll move into the message.
All right, are you happy with this? Is all this making sense to you?
Yes.
Yay.
Now, Amy, the evidence that you're now going to get is going to feel exactly the same as the evidence you got to identify the person.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to remember, though, it's about the message. So, for example, if you saw the man with a broken arm, it doesn't mean to say that the spirit had a broken arm. It means to say that you're talking about somebody's broken arm, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So off you go.
So it sounds like someone's wanting to give comfort in a way, trying to, whatever's going on is stressing you out. It'll work out in the end.
So phrase that like a question. Say, Dee, is there a situation going on just now where you're having to give comfort to somebody or somebody's giving comfort to you?
Is there any way that you are trying to gain comfort from somebody or feel like you are having to console anybody?
Maybe receiving it, and it would be very recent, like immediate, not a big issue.
Or
Okay,
is it just
no, you now know you've got confirmation. You know what you're
Right.
talking about. Now you need to know what it is about the situation that you've got to focus on.
Right. So the stressful feeling that whatever is going on that you are getting the comfort from or needing comfort, it will pass. Hopefully soon. And he has your back. And Carry On My Wayward Sons to start playing for whatever that does.
Okay, so ask Dee if you can leave that with her.
Right. May I leave that with you?
Yes.
Right, well done. Now go back to Jean and ask if you can work with her again.
So sorry, Jean, may I work with you again?
You may.
Awesome. All right. So it's a woman, older, I would probably say 60s, 70s. Does that make any sense? Brownish, grayish hair.
Need a bit more.
All right. I'm seeing 1960s clothing, or at least retro. Some sort of vintage. Like the button-down shirts and the kind of like the bell-bottom pants.
Is she showing you this as how she looks now, or is a time in her life that she liked the way she looked, or
It's just how she's showing up right now.
and what color hair style?
Dark, kind of grayish, kind of like a grayish brown, like when the brown just starts fading, we're starting to get those little flecks of gray in there.
Amy, how old does the woman look again?
60s. At least that's what I'm guessing. I'm also a terrible indicator of given age.
Okay. I'm bad at that as well, so I always cover myself by saying the woman looks in her 60s. But that could be somebody that's older that's looks younger, or somebody that's younger that looks older.
Right. So it's either they have aged incredibly or they've aged poorly. But it's dark hair with kind of grayish eyes, some wrinkles, kind of like crow's feet around the eyes. Kind of a medium build. Smoker. And just clicking. Ish.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Right, so let's do what we did before.
Mhm.
Can anybody else recognize this spirit? Okay. So say to Jean again. Say to Jean again, I'm sorry, I'll come back to you.
So sorry about this. We're gonna find. I'm determined. I'm stubborn at this point.
I think I
So,
might have been able to recognize that person.
right, so you know what to do, Amy. You did it with D.
All right. Do you have permission to work with you?
Yes, please.
Awesome. So this older smoker lady, it's just a kind of a sad feeling. It's comforting, but then it's also kind of sad.
Sounds familiar.
Okay. Do you feel like you need any more information, or?
On who that is, no. I know who that is.
Okay. Awesome. Do you have your consent to go forward?
Yes, please.
Awesome. So it's, oh wow, feelings of depression. Is there anything going on that's making you feel that way?
Yes.
Okay. Are you getting help for it?
No.
She wants you to get help.
I'm a therapist. I shouldn't need help. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, so am I, but every therapist needs a therapist.
Yeah.
This is where you exchange business cards.
But it's having to take care of yourself.
Thank you.
May I leave you with that?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
Right, now, Amy, I want you to do something for me before you go back to Jean. Undo your hands.
Okay.
Keep your hands separate, because I think you're blocking by you putting them up in front of you like that.
It's a stem. It's, yep. I need to
Right.
stop. Okay, send my
Okay,
hands up.
so try again.
Okie doke. All right, Jean, do I have permission to work with you?
Yes, you may.
The Rios interrupts.
Three's a charm.
Yep. Third time's charm. It's like, we're gonna hope for the best on this one. All right, good news. Feminine energy again. Okay, cool. Okay. An aunt is, at least that's the word that's coming up. Just hearing the word auntie. Not sure if you have any deceased aunts or.
Which generation?
It's 1980s. At least that's what I'm smelling, like just straight up hairspray. Lots of hairspray.
No.
Or that's kind of like that alcohol smell that comes with aerosol.
I'm sorry, no.
Okay. And we're drawing a blank.
Okay. You've given 2 good readings. I think we'll just call it an end.
Cool.
So
sorry.
you just apologize to Jean and say,
I'm so sorry, Jean. I apologize.
okay, but it's your first attempt, so don't panic about going to where you weren't supposed to be going, but you gave 2 good messages. So Feedback, ladies. Dee, you want to go first? You're on mute.
So you got my friend Scott. He was the same one that was messing with stuff. But I was a little upset a little bit earlier today, and he is one of my like spirit guides now, and he's always really, really close by. So I think he was just I think he was messing with stuff. He's probably still lingering because that probably wasn't what he wanted to say. He was probably just playing around. So he probably just wanted to say what he actually had you say. So I think it was, you were just picking up on him still being nearby. And he never really goes far away from me. He's just very close right now because of the state of mind I was in right before we started Circle. So it kind of makes sense to me. So good job.
Okay. Jennifer?
So I understood who it was. It was my mom's mom. At the message, I got laid off at the end of August because the grant ran out and it's not being funded anymore, you know, with everything that's going on. And so I'm kind of all over the place. Like I'm at early retirement age where I could do that, or, you know, do I look for another job? Because I really would like to stash away some more money before, you know, I do retire. Um, so, and yeah, so of course, because I'm uncomfortable, I want to seek um, happiness some other way. So I'm kind of all over the place, just not settled. So yeah, good advice or pick up from the good message.
Right, Amy. So, good messages. Not going to pick you up on anything about either message you gave. Both ladies were able to take very quickly who it was. Your messages, like after you gave the evidence, a little bit vague, but again, given that this is your first attempt, they were certainly spot on. If it was D, I'd be breaking her fingers for not being more detailed. But for where you are just now, no issues. Your big problem, though, is you're going to somebody and you're not getting who it is. So I'm going to do the reverse of what I would normally tell somebody. I teach a method called rapid fire, which is a way of just being able to go to somebody, as you've seen everybody do it tonight. They just go to somebody and the spirit comes forward. I think that's too advanced for you. So what you do is you stop and you wait for the spirit to come to you, and you wait for the spirit to guide you to who the message is for. So if you come back to another circle, remind me to work with you that way. So what you do is you just look at everybody on the screen, you see who you're being drawn to. So you would have been drawn to D in the first place, and then you just go to D. Now you had the misfortune of being the last person to work. It's my fault. I should have just let you do that routine because it was your first time. So next time I'll let you work first so that you can control who it is you go to. And like I say, you just look at everybody on the screen, you see whose spirit are guiding you to, and then you go to that person. So that's my fault. So I'm wrapping myself for not doing that. Okay? Any questions?
No, sir.
That aside, you gave 2 excellent messages, so well done. Right. Kim, do you still want to work, Kim?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So can you give a message to Jean, since we've been trying to give her a message for the last 10 minutes?
Okay, Jean, from what I understand, may I have permission to work with you?
You do.
Thank you. I do have a feminine energy surrounding you, but I get a younger one. More like 20s, a very vibrant younger woman that had to that her life was cut short. Does this mean anything to you?
No, Kim, a moment.
It's just, I don't know. It's a feminine energy. That's very. You have a very feminine energy around you that's very lighthearted, that keeps you, that makes you laugh at times when you need it. That has you grounded, but something's bothering you right now, and this feminine energy is trying to get you to lighten up and laugh a little bit because you're taking things too seriously.
Kim,
Yes.
first
We're reading her.
you're giving her a psychic reading. First, what you're doing, and you have to train your spirit guides to help you with this. First, they have to give you the information you need to get her to identify them first. So all you're getting at first is what will she recognize so that she can identify who you are. That's what you want to ask the spirit. And then once she identifies them, then you ask them, well, what do you want her to know? Or what do you want to see her?
Okay.
D, step back because there's something else going on here.
Okay.
You'll understand if I give feedback. Kim, continue.
Okay. Now I've got screaming over here off my left shoulder telling me to be quiet, to reel it in. That's what I was scared of, that I would read and then pull back. I'm sorry.
No, Kim, you're not doing a psychic reading. Continue.
I just really have this deep level of connection to an energy that you're seriously kind of holding back on something that's bringing you down, and there's somebody there that's trying to lift you up, but you're not listening, and it wants to come in, but you're kind of you're blocking yourself off a little bit from listening to your own inner self and spirit, and letting them say, hey, we're here, we have this amazing thing for you over here, just listen. You're going to get through all of this stuff that's coming down on you. Every day forward is a great thing, and you've got this waiting, and I just can feel it in my heart.
Kim, stop.
Okay.
You're still giving evidence of the spirit. You're not giving the message yet.
Oh, okay.
And all of this ties into who the spirit is. Now, you've already given yourself about 5 clues in the evidence that you're giving. This is a very special spirit. This is not somebody that Jean will recognize.
Oh, okay.
So you as the medium this only happens very, very occasionally, and you as the medium have to be able to work out what it is that's going on. You said it in the very first phrase, surrounding you. So what does that tell you?
It's a higher energy. It's not.
Yeah, and what does that tell you? It's a guide. It's a guide.
Yeah, okay,
You've identified one of
I was
Jean's
thinking
guides.
angelic, but
Yeah, that's another phrase for guide.
I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to be wrong.
I'm telling you, you're not wrong. It's a very, very powerful spirit that's one of Jean's guides, so keep going. Just explain Jean knows what a guide is, but just explain to you, I've got your guide, this is what she's like, and then move into message.
Okay, well, I am connected with your guides, one of your spirit guides, and she is looking over you. She's very powerful, and she has this amazing gift and love for you. You just really, I know something is burden you right now, but she's there for you. And when you look to her, she's waiting. She's waiting for you. And it's like I'm ready to just burst out in tears because it's just right there, and you're right there on the precipice, and she's waiting. So you just need to say, I'm ready and I'm here to get her. And she really just wants to help you and bring you back to that light. So I hope this makes sense, and I'm sorry I'm a blubbering idiot, but
Kim, you're not a blubbering idiot. This totally makes sense to me now. Very good. Very good. I am I'm going through some stuff, and I've been blocking it out and keeping it at arm's length because I don't want to really look at what I have to look at. So thank you.
Well, you'll come out on the other side, look at it, get through it, and she's right there with you, just there. So you've got it. It's there. So forge ahead. There's no way around it. Just forge ahead, and what's coming is going to be so just a relief on it's like this pain off my chest is gone, and this joy fills my heart for you, and it's an amazing feeling. So
very special. Thank you.
Well, thank you for letting me do this.
Good job.
Okay, so close it down. Ask her if you can leave her with that.
And I leave you with that.
Most definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. So Jean, I know it's difficult to give feedback for that, but any feedback?
What's going on? Kim totally brought it to light. She's causing me to really have a look at what's going on, if that helps. And
Well, when a guide comes through a medium, it's basically a big kick up the rear end, because it means they're already trying to present themselves to you visually, spiritually, and you're stepping. You're maybe not blocking them, but you're not accepting them, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. It does.
I can speak to I've got two guides. I can speak to them like that anytime I want. I don't need to be open. I don't need to be closed. When I want their opinion, I just go, what do you think about X, Y, Z? And it's in my head like that. So you've got a guide that's trying to communicate with you like that. You just need to accept that it's not you. Like, say for example, I get a problem, I get into a situation, something happens in the circle, and I need guidance on how to handle it. I just go, right, what should I do? They put it in my head, and I know it's not me because I asked the question and I know they're giving it to me. So you need to have the same trust in yourself that it's not you. I know that sounds a bit silly, but you're not speaking to yourself, you're speaking to your guides, or your guides are speaking to you, but you need to have the trust to recognize it. And at the moment, you're blocking yourself. You're saying, no, that's me. Which, okay, doesn't really matter because you're still getting the same message, but it's stopping the conversation from going a lot further.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Thank you. I do. Thank you. I just
Okay.
got a nice kick up the ass.
Okay. Right. Kim.
Yay.
Very, very unusual for somebody at your stage to get a message like that, but it was the last message, so that's why the guides come out to you like that. The clues were in everything you were saying. The spirit was putting the words into your mouth, and you weren't paying attention to what you were saying.
Yeah, no, it's coming out.
Yeah, so that's fine. If the spirit are going to give you the evidence that way, then do it that way. A lot of people do that. I do that. Quite often, I'll just get a phrase or a word thrown into my head, but I know to stop. Hold on, that's not the way I normally speak. So what does that word mean? So I've only seen you work once, but very clearly they're putting evidence into you verbally. So pay attention to what you're saying as you say it, and then say to the sitter, okay, I don't normally speak that way. Let me just, okay, yes, the spirit's all around you. So that's what the spirit was telling me. This obviously is your guide. I mean, that's not going to happen every time, but in the phraseology that you used, the minute you said it, I clicked because I knew exactly what they were saying. And I wasn't writing everything you did, but when you get the link for the video, go and watch the reading. There's about 2 or 3 things that you said when you thought you were rambling, you weren't. The guide was actually putting the words into your mouth. And I was sitting there going tick, 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 because it was all reinforcing the same thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I was scared. I was reading her.
No, you weren't.
I was like, oh my goodness. Because that's what I get scared. That's what happens to me is I feel like I'm reading a person like
But you
that.
see,
And that's when I cut down.
that's why you go in the methodology. Can I work with you? Yes. Evidence of the spirit. If they can't take it, stop. It could very well be that you're reading them. This case you weren't. But if you are, just say, stop, I'm sorry, I'm not getting a connection. End it. If they say yes, 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 then say, so you're happy that I've got the spirit? Yes, then move into the message.
Okay. Yeah, anytime I've ever tried to do this, I always end up like I am now, very emotional. It comes very deep, very heartfelt. I'm always ended up crying. That's why I always thought I was reading the person and possibly their pain, their
Yeah.
whatever's going on.
Well, serious piece of advice, learn to control the emotions. Because when I'm working and I'm suddenly got a miscarriage, like I've got, for the sake of argument, I might be talking about a woman. I once did a reading. Now I'm as hard as nails, but even I would. By the time I'd finished talking about what the woman's problem was, I was ready. I was almost a blubbering wreck, and I had to keep it controlled and give advice because the spirits had come forward. It was medical. It wasn't medical. It was emotional. The woman had had a miscarriage, and everybody thought she was okay, and she wasn't. And there were family around. I mean, there was about 3 family members all around her, or within a stone's throw, and they all thought that she was absolutely fine. I had her in tears because I identified what the problem was. She broke down because I'd been able to say, right. And then it was just a simple case of who is the person you trust the most? My mother, where is she? Over there. And I said, you haven't discussed this with her? No. Well, you know what the message is? Yes. And then the mother came running over and not problem solved, but the first step of the cure solution. But when I got the message, I was about ready to break into tears and I couldn't do that. So you're going to have to learn to control it.
That would be hard. That's hard.
Well, Kim, sometimes, like I'm an empath, and sometimes for me, they communicate with me that way. So I pay attention when I'm doing a reading to my emotional field because my emotions will shift while I'm doing the reading. So like I'll feel happy or jittery or like that's one of my main cues that I personally pay attention to just because I know that I'm affected that way really easily. So it's an easy thing for them to um, use to communicate with me. You know, there's not a lot of barriers there.
Just take the emotion because that will be evidence, as Dee says, but don't display it. I mean, display happiness, display being upset, but don't turn into an emotional blubbering wreck because you've got to be able to deliver the message. Okay?
It's again a little bit allowing yourself to feel it, but shield yourself from it impacting you. Okay. You're going to have to learn to use your shields really well.
Or just say to the spirit, right, I've got the message, take it back.
Yeah.
Because quite often I'll get physical pain. I'll get the pain that the person's like if it's physical, I'll get pain in my arm, and I know, right, we're talking about a broken arm or whatever, because I've had 2 broken arms, I can recognize it. But as soon as I've given it to the sitter, have you had a broken arm, or did the spirit have a broken arm? Oh yeah, the spirit had a broken arm. I just then say to them, right, take it back, and the spirit will take it straight back.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? Right, everybody. So, time to close down. So, Amy, pay attention. So, it's exactly the reverse as before. So, make yourself comfortable. Close your eyes. Think of the open yellow-green leaf. See it curling up. As it curls up, it turns autumn brown. Move your energy out of the leaf into the twig, into the branch, all the way back to the trunk. Move down the trunk, down to the roots, into the roots. Roots are getting thinner and thinner as you move away from the tree trunk. And finally, you're at the very thinnest root away from the tree, and feel Mother Gaia Earth covering you below, to the sides and above you. And know that you are now firmly shielded from the spiritual realm and closed. And when you're ready, open up your eyes. Now, Amy, you may find yourself walking along the high street. Now that you've been through an opening and closing, you may find yourself getting a sudden message. If that happens, you just tell the spirit, sorry, go away, come back the next time I'm going to be open. Set yourself a time every day, say for the sake of argument, before you go to bed, open up, listen to music for 5, 10, 15 minutes, just relaxing music, meditate, and then close down. Now, if you do that instead of your nightly prayers, or after your nightly prayers, if you pray, doesn't matter, do that before you go to bed, you'll get yourself into the habit of being closed during the night. So you shouldn't have sleepless nights. Okay?
Cool.
Okay, so unless anybody's got any questions, quick question, are there any of you that are not members of the Telegram group? Right. You should have had text messages with links in it. Do me a favor, go and join it, because that's the way we communicate. So if you have any problems, yep.
I had problems with it. They blocked me and froze my account even before I started using it.
Okay, go and open up another account then.
Okay, will do.
Just get a different. I mean, have you got more than one email?
No.
Right. Just go into Google, open up just a one-off email account, and use that to log on and open up your account. That should get around that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I had problems getting into Telegram and into the Telegram groups, and Devi helped me a lot too. So you can reach out to Devi in Marc's group,
Okay.
and she could probably help you get in.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
Send an email to Marc at Kennedy Stuart, Marc at markstuartmedium.com, and Devi should be able to see that. And I'll get her to guide you through it. Okay.
Excellent.
Right, everybody. Pleasure seeing everybody. It's 5 to 10 UK time. I'm going to bed, so
Sleep well.
it's cards with Marc. It's cards with Marc next week, so it's me that does the readings.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.
Bye.
Right.
I can't leave.
Don't worry, I'm about to close it down.
He'll eventually kick us all off.
Good.